and welcome to your weekly tarot reading. I'm so sorry about my throat. This will take you from the 15th to the 22nd of January. And for some reason I'm thinking about your January general reading, okay? Yeah, okay, just give me a minute. Your crowning card is the World card, conclusion of a chapter, the last major arcana, which means something huge has got the potential to come to a conclusion, so something new can be born. It's the synthesis card. This is a card about learning your lessons, digesting your personal experience, and ready to walk forward, claiming the world as your oyster. I know it sounds like a cliche, but when we claim the world as our oyster, it's because we've sort of owned our own personal experience. We're sort of ready to move forward and claim. I think for some of you, this is clearly an emotional issue, okay? Some it can be a financial, and hopefully for most of you it might be a bit of both. But the bottom of the deck, you've got the Knight of Cups. Now, Knight of Cups is about love coming forward, but it's got such a deeper energy, this Knight of Cups, because this knight has came through a battle, okay, and he's won the cup, okay, so he's had to overcome some difficulties, and he's coming out and he's looking out at the crowd and he's holding the grail because he's won through something. So maybe some Geminis have had to overcome some huge personal challenges, okay? I'm just picking an additional guidance card, and you get this poised energy, which is so similar to the world. There's a beautiful lightness to your energy, Gemini, and a real readiness and a real willingness to go forward. And it's because you won something, by the way. Some emotional difficulties have been overcome because you start the week with the Six of Cups next to the Lovers card and the Star card as well. I mean, this is reconciling. If it's not reconciling with a past love, it's with your own emotional joy, that innocence, your emotional happiness. So for some Geminis, there's been a lot of assimilation of life lessons, and you're just pushing yourself through to the next phase. For others, this is definitely reconnecting with a love, because it's got the Lovers card right next to it, and the Star card is there. So the Star card is emotional transparency. So think of the opposite would be the Emperor or the Four of Discs, okay? Protecting yourself, having armor. The Star card stands naked, totally vulnerable, totally willing to be transparent, to be seen, to allow in this beautiful divine energy, whatever name you have for that, Gemini. There's no right and there's no wrong, but it's ultimately healing a past relationship, reconciling, or for you, this is about reconnecting with your joy, okay? Just reconnecting with that joyful spirit that we're all sort of born with, and we all lose, and we all have to get back again, because Gemini, that's the Fool's journey, okay? We start, we go through life, we learn all these things, then we assimilate them at the world, and then we start back again as that free spirit, that beautiful innocent heart. It's with the Ten of Discs, so this is about good money news, could be a new house, a new job, inheritance. It's about having enough to share, because the box is wide open, you're sharing your wealth with others. Great card, just beautiful. So far, Gemini, I think you've got the reading of the week, by the way, and I think you're my number 8. Beautiful combination of cards. Some huge victories. This Knight of Pentacles is riding right into the Ten of Discs. So this is definitely news financially. Good news financially, because the tens are really stable influences. Look how solid that box is. It looks like it's been there for 100 years. The forest is really grown, it's really lush and it's really green. So this Knight is a bit news regarding money, work, housing coming your way. And it's definitely giving you a sense of emotional victory, Gemini, that you've won the day. It comes with a Temperance card. So the Temperance card is generally associated with Sagittarius, okay? So there might be something for some Geminis. But I don't tend to read cards that way, as most of you know. The Temperance is about the middle path, no extremities of behaviour. It's a bit, ultimately, the image of a Temperance card is someone who's connected their spiritual eye with their heart, okay? They came into alignment, which means we're no longer pushed and pulled in different directions. You know that awful state when your heart's going in one direction and your mind's going in another, and you feel torn and you feel split. Temperance is about coming into balance when all the parts of you are moving in this really peaceful way. They call it spiritualizing your emotions, but that simply means learning and following your true heart, Gemini. And I have to say, I say that lightly, and it's one of the hardest life lessons we all have to learn, okay? So, but once you get this state of temperance, it's not that you have it all the time, because we lose it and find it again, because we just start the fool's journey again. But when we learn to trust and follow our intuition, our true knowing, we grow into our true destiny, basically. You end with a Queen of Swords and the Seven of Swords, okay? So these are quite very, very different into the week. Queen of Swords can be a bit separation, okay? But it's a card about being quite, I mean, I adore this Queen of Swords because look, I mean, she's that total channel of divine energy, prayer, channeling. Probably the Queen of Swords can do the tarot, yeah? But she can be feeling separate. She's quite harsh on the emotional nature, okay, because she's a different quality. Oh, actually, Gemini, you're an air sign, sorry, so am I. So it's sort of your element. So you might end a bit more withdrawn. It's with the Seven of Swords. So the Seven of Swords is someone who's still in, they're standing in the archway, looking behind them. It's a card of saying that mentally, you might have to process a bit of experience this week. So what I'm trying to say is there might be some stuff that has to be worked through, okay? Because there's a feeling, Gemini, you're still a little bit looking at the two swords you've left behind. So even though this week is about launching, it's about victory, it's about reconciling, it's about winning, you're ending the week still in that archway, still a little bit looking back. So when this card appears, actually recently I've been saying, okay, Gemini, you need to spend some time maybe journaling, writing, finding a way to digest what's happened to you over the last few weeks or the last week, because there might be a bit of mental not turbulence, but a lot going on in your mind, and it needs to be put down, literally, okay? So these swords no longer take away your harmony and take away your peace. What an exciting reading. And it's about being true to yourself, because the King of Cups just appeared as well. I'm getting this predominantly an emotional reading, but for others it's great news financially, and it's about being true to your own path, because you've got Temperance, you've got the World, you've got the King of Cups, all people who've got that emotional ability to not get thrown off their path. End of the week, there's a little bit of work that needs to be done here. A little bit of life reviewing, Gemini. No big tragedy. I have to do mine every day. Okay, loads of love, Gemini. I'll speak to you later. Bye.